Welcome to Joe Blow.
Real, raw, unfiltered conversations with everyday legends who've got extraordinary stories to tell. Let's get it. Welcome to Joe Blow.
I'm Joe, and he is.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You went first.
Got in early.
Oh, frick.
Do we have a bit of an air conditioning issue here? He's bought his own fan.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, well, I've got to take my own fans everywhere, so
My poor dog.
that's just yeah.
Welcome, everyone. So this is our next one. What's this episode?
This is episode 4.
For how good
Four we've done 4.
we got none other than one of our good mates, and we think that this story would really resonate and inspire some of yous out there. So, so let's kick on, eh, boss?
Well, this is good because I know nothing about Tino except that he is a lazy bastard that comes and goes from the gym. I don't even know his name because it's Tino, and then on his Instagram it's like So I thought I would
the
start with.
disrespect.
I thought I would start with, like, what's your name, Tino?
So my full name is Augustino Masese. So it's not it's Augustino. I'm named after my my uncle. So in my family I've got 6 brothers, and I'm the only one with the Samoan name.
True.
All my brothers, Alex, Murphy, Lorenzo, they've all just all white names except for me.
Peter.
So Peter.
Where's Peter?
Yeah, great question.
That's another
Yeah,
podcast.
that is another podcast.
Were you born in Samoa?
No. I was born in New Zealand. My parents migrated from Samoa to New Zealand, and then we had the great opportunity to come here to the land of the free.
Hell yeah.
Take
Yeah.
our jobs.
Take your jobs, the opportunities.
Take our
came.
women, our jobs.
Take your women. Take your money.
Yep.
So in terms of, I guess one thing we've sort of looked at is,
Your consistency
your-
is shit.
but let's
No.
let's take
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
very
yeah.
true. But if we take it way back, let's crack the egg open. When did you, how do I put this? As a young kid, were you ever a smallish type kid? Like, when did the weight?
Pack on.
Yeah, like when. Take me back to.
Take
Were
me
you
to
15, 16? Were you skinny
fit,
and
yeah.
fit and like
Yeah,
who?
was
I don't
fit.
know
I
you.
was skinny, fit. I played rugby. I think the highest that I've ever weighed myself was probably maybe like 135, 140 kilos. And that was still playing footy. I was being a prop in footy. And then after footy, just packed like, I don't know how to say it, but like, you just go through life like you finish that step of life, turning up to training Tuesday, Thursday, and now you're just working. So you're not really thinking that you're putting on that weight. Because remember when you're playing footy and you're being an athlete and, you're going through it, like you always had Tuesday and Thursday to rely to get fit. And then you had Saturday game day. And I think once that stopped, I think slowly over the years it's just started to compound.
You don't think there was something, a moment, something happened in your life that gave you this relationship with food, or did you just finish training and just
Look,
give up?
Yeah, pretty much. Like my relationship hasn't been a healthy one over the years, and it's still a constant battle with trying to stick to a diet or trying to stick to a gym membership or a gym program. I think the mindset behind that is it's so easy to find motivation on a Sunday night and be like, yep, Monday morning I'm going to start, But actually doing it and the discipline that you require, I don't think my mental was ready to change. Like my motivation, the spirit inside me, when you get motivated, be like, yep, day one tomorrow I'm going to start. I can't wait till Friday to see the results. But it's going through that, that tunnel of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. How do you train your mentality to change even though you give yourself the resources, the tools to be like, okay, I've got the boys helping me. They're giving motivational speeches. They're saying, push, keep pushing, keep pushing. But how do you train your mentality to change and to be disciplined? It's more than a want. You've got to need it. Like you've got to have the desire for it. And I think that's what I'm battling with is keeping a straight line. I know where my goal is. I know I've set my goalpost, and I can see it. But getting there, everyone has a different journey. And for me, I think I just got to keep telling myself it's just one foot in front of the other. Block out the noise and just keep moving. Even though I've been away for 4 weeks, I'm just like, okay, we did really well at the start. We've had a setback. Where do we go from here? Do I turn up or do I just give up now and then wait for another time and get motivated again and going again?
I remember I had a conversation a couple of weeks back before we started training and stuff like that. And you spoke to me about you had seen a doctor.
Yeah.
So take me through that conversation that we had and how that, it motivated you. And you came to see me about how we can,
Yeah, so I had a bit of a health, I wouldn't say health scare. My partner doesn't even know this. But yeah, I was on the road to type 2 diabetes, like very fine line, and big wake up call, cardiovascular disease. I had a blood test done, and I had all these things shown at me. I was like, shit, man, my son's barely 2, and this is the road. And I've seen you've always been in this space, this gym, the running. I remember when I started to do the tries, I was in that mental space. I know how to get there, but I also know how mentally fatiguing it was to constantly turn up and, even though it was boring. And the doctor said, have you been active in the last? Because everything was fine, but it was just my BMI that he was looking at and my cholesterol. So he, and I said this to one of the boys. I say, he's put me on a carnivore diet pretty much. And I was like, okay, I'll try that. But even that was, you get all this information without any truth. And I was like, yeah, I'll just do carnivore. But then you got a lot of people saying, that leads to high blood pressure or high cholesterol. Okay, yes and no. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a lab rat. And I went back, maybe 6 weeks later, and my cholesterol was down. All my tests came back as if I was a fit 35-year-old that weighed 120 kilos after being on the carnivore. That's all I can say about that, because I'm not an expert, but they were the results. And I lost about almost 13 to 14 kilos.
So you know what to do,
I know what to do.
but
It's the discipline that is when I go away and work, if there's no gym, I won't be motivated to go do some body weights or go for a run. Like it's a slog from 6 to 6 or from 12 to 12. I'm not thinking about the gym. I'm just thinking about going for a shower, having a feed, go to bed, get up the next day. Because it is a bit of a groundhog out there. And that's all I can think about. Like it's hard because being out there, being away from family, I know it's no excuse, but being away and not having the right tools with you, it makes it a lot harder for when you're home and you've got all the right tools, if you know what I mean. It's like building a house with no tools.
Can I? So for me, it feels like, and this may not come across well, but so be it. It feels like you don't have a why. Like if I'm in your shoes and I'm not, I'm seeing a doctor and the doctor said, look, this isn't great, and you know it's not great, and you've got young kids, and you're away and you say, oh, I just can't do it because I don't have the discipline or the motivation. You were once a rugby player that was highly motivated. Do you feel like you just don't have that why? Like, for me, I sit there and I was saying this to Yups. If I was told by a doctor, hey, you got to get your act together, or, and I don't know if it was this bad, you know, in 2-3 years, you may not see your kids' 21st birthdays, 15th birthdays, have kids or whatever. Do you think that's not enough of a why to go, listen, fuck, I've got to get my act together. I've got to get to my goal. And every day, if I look at a photo of my kids or my wife and I look at it and I just go, fuck.
Oh, 100%. I totally agree. I have that inner battle, like with myself, within myself. I know my why, but it's not that I don't know my why. I just don't think it's like I go through life and I think that is my why. How I get there, to me, mentally, it's very hard to achieve what I want to achieve, if that makes sense. Like I don't have I'm not saying that I'm weak minded. I'm just saying that maybe you are right. Maybe my why's not big enough. Like when I do see my kid, that's the only reason why I come to the gym is because he's at the age where he's starting to run. And I don't want to be that dad where I just sit on the sideline and just kick the ball and he runs and catches the ball. You know, I want to run with him and all that. But being here with you boys and seeing you guys train, that's what pushes me. That gives me a step closer to achieving my why, if that makes sense. Like being in the same room as people you want to be like and people that you know is going to help you get to the next step. I think that is a step to, you know, creating the right mindset to achieve your why. Like I'm on this journey and I've had a lot of day ones. I've had a lot of day ones.
A lot.
Over like last 3 years, 4 years.
Too many, mate.
But I think now's the time where I need to utilize the tools. And it's going to be hard. Like I know there's going to be setbacks and I know I'm going to fail. But me failing is another lesson learned, if that makes sense.
Me and Tino have had a lot of conversations, and all our conversations are solely based on we are both dads, and and we like to father our kids the best way we can, and we always talk about a healthy mindset. But one thing that always clicked with me, Tino, is you always, you know your why, and you always tell me to. You're always like, I just want to be able to chase my kids down. I want to be able to have the energy, have the lung capacity to be able to beat them at this and enjoy this and laugh with this and do stuff like that. Like when we talk about whys, you talk so passionately about it to me, and you know exactly what drives you, and what we see all the time is when you're working hard in the gym, is we see that you're pushing your limits to be able to achieve that, which is to be healthy, to be able to chase your boys and or your kids and stuff like that. So how do you think, you know, or like, how do you change your mindset? How can you bring that why closer? How can you work, you know, to be able to just, so explain to me those conversations that we have, because I really feel like it's very important and that you would really help someone out there who's going through the similar situation.
I think for me, the biggest thing is you see a lot of dads, or I see a lot of dads out there that are active with their kids, that go for runs with their kids, that keep their kids active. And for me, I also see the other side is where the dad be on the side having a beer or stuff like that. And, you know, I just see the kid playing with the ball by himself, and that breaks my heart. So that's something I don't want to be. I know what I don't want to be, and I don't want to be that dad. I want to be that dad like my dad was, very active physically in our life. Like he'll kick the ball, we'll pass the ball, we'll do anything with my dad. And I think I owe it to Spencer to give him the same expectations as my dad did to me. Like my dad was very active, and I think now that I'm at that age and I get a second chance at being a dad, I need to try and make it to my son's 10th birthday, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't I think of it deep. I don't try and go too deep, but I think to myself, in 2 years' time, where are you going to be with Spencer? Where are you going to be with as a family man? Where do you think you guys are looking? And I think that's my why, and I think everyone has a different why, but my why is to be fit and healthy, run around with my son, be a coach for my sons, and be a good example, not only mentally, physically, but also emotionally for him.
Because you know that I tell you all the time. I say that you inspire me as well, because you're getting up and you're working your ass off. Even when you're being inconsistent, I message you all the time,
Yeah.
and you never message me back. But I try and drag your butt to come and do stuff, because you also inspire guys like me, Bossy, and others as well. And you know, I don't think that you understand that you can really inspire a lot of people.
Oh. What inspires me is the mindset that the steps that you guys step is the steps I'm taking too. You've set up a journey that I like, and that I know that it's going to be not a fast route, but a route towards my why, if that makes sense. Like you guys set it up like 4 a.m. So who the fuck wakes up at 4 a.m. to go
4
to the
a.m.'s
gym?
late, isn't it?
But you know what I mean? No, like when I come to the gym, I travel 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a small sacrifice that I had to pay to be here, to create a mindset for myself, to get myself stronger, so that I can go to the gym on my own. Because I know this coming here and come to the gym is very expensive. But if I can build a strong foundation for myself, and I can follow in you guys, and I can follow the footstep that you guys have set, I know I can achieve the next step by myself.
In 10 years' time, how are your kids gonna see you?
They're gonna see me in like a top
Speed
hottest 100 dads. Nah. No, I hope they see me as a great dad, a role model for them, and also a coach. I want to be a footy coach for my kids. You know, I want to be there to show them the steps, and I hope they play for whatever sport it is. I hope I can be there, holding them, nurturing them until, you know, what you have shown me here at the gym, I can adapt that to my kids in 10 years' time.
I love everything you're saying. I love it. But, there's a big but. I love everything you're saying, and, you know, I just, for me, something's off. I love everything you're saying, and it sounds good, but it sounds like someone that's sort of reached their goals, and I feel like I want to dig deeper into, you've got your why, you've spoken to the doctor, this is where you want to go. I want to do this for my kids. I want to do that. I don't want to be one of those fathers that, you know, doesn't kick the ball with my son. But unfortunately, you are.
Yeah.
And you know that. And I don't know if you
100%.
find that embarrassing or whatever. But for me, it's like you go to the gym, we work out, you go good, and then you disappear for ages and you come back. And I mean, I don't know if you've lost weight. You've probably lost weight and maybe put a little bit back on, and it's probably been a 6 months journey since you spoke to the doctor. And as I said, I love everything you're saying, but I feel like something's off, something's missing. Like, where is that? What do you need to just keep this journey going and just pushing through it? Like, what goes wrong during those phases where, you know, Yups is contacting you and saying, come on, you bastard, where are you? Where are you? And you just disappear off the planet. Is it a lack of support around you? Is it maybe your why isn't strong enough? you know, is it the whole relationship with food, or what do you think's missing that sort of keeps derailing you in the last 6 months?
There's a lot. Look, there's a lot of factors that go into it. One of the main one is I find that I'm very weak when it comes to being consistent. Like my discipline. Like I know I say it now, but my discipline is probably my biggest weakness. I can be motivated Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but the back end of the week is probably where I'll be like, oh, you know what? One packet of chips ain't gonna hurt, and that leads on to, oh, my son wants Macca's for dinner, like after school, and I'll get maybe I'll get a cheeseburger into there, and like those few mistakes or those few mishaps lead me down the road of where I come back on Sunday and be like, fuck. Now I've got to, either come Monday, work really hard to get to where I was on Wednesday, and then go balls to the wall to Thursday, and then I'll be like, oh, here's a treat. I'm like a dog that needs a treat. You know what I mean? You know, when you neglect, and then all of a sudden you like, I've worked so hard, I can give myself a treat. That's me. Like the discipline is it's been weak ever since I've did the tries, and after that, it's so hard to go back to tap into where I was, like giving myself a little reward. But it's the relationship with food also is just it's miserable. Like I can make amazing food, as you know. I love food, but I kind of binge. If I'm completely honest, I'll binge like for 2 to 3 meals back to back, and then I'll be like, I won't eat the next day, or I'll have something like. But it's true what they say. You can't outrun a bad diet. So that is my weakness, is my discipline to follow through from Monday to Sunday.
And what are you thinking of when you go through your binges and you treat yourself and you go through that spiral? Are you in your mind are you disappointed and embarrassed of yourself, or you just don't care? You just sort of like bugger it?
I think those receptors have just gone. Like those receptors that say, bro, you sure you want to do that? It's like a drug addict. Like everyone has this. I 100% know I have an addiction to sugar or to food. It's a bad relationship. It's just like those receptors that I'm supposed to have aren't there. And I know it's like it becomes then a sort of an excuse to okay, maybe just a little, or maybe just one. You know what I mean? Like I don't know where to draw the line sometimes, and that's why I try and turn up here to help me define that line more, so I don't keep making the same mistake that I've been making the last couple of years. I'm not there. I don't know the answer, and I'm here to draw the line to be like, okay, this is the line. If you keep going down this road,
What happens if me and Boss are in here? Say you come back from FIFO and you have like 12 messages from me, and then you come back and then you message saying, okay, I'm in tomorrow. What if I'm not here? What are you going to do? Where's your support? What?
be honest, I don't think I'll turn up. Like that is the honest truth. I'll be like, fuck it. I have such a bad mindset that I don't want to have it, but I know the answer to my bad mindset, and I'm trying to fix it. Like me trying to take a bit of your medicine, the reasons why you get up, would be suffice enough to put my urges down and turn up, not only for myself, but for you guys as well. And in me doing that, hopefully I can translate that to my son or to my kids, if that makes sense. I'm just here to finances, so I know how to better myself as a man mentally to move forward, so I can be prepared, have the right tools, and move on to the next. Like I know my weaknesses and my bad habits is there. I see it. There's a box there, and tap into it. But I also know that me tapping into it is gonna last me the next 2 years, 3 years. You know what I mean. Otherwise, I'll end up in a box, and that's the mindset. I'm not saying that it's because of that reason, but I know the consequences. So I need to turn up and adapt myself and live a different life and expectation of myself. Say, nah, you can do it. Just follow the boys. Just turn up one day. Just keep turning up, and maybe you'll change. Like I said, that's where I'm at the moment.
I feel like you don't have a plan,
I don't,
or you don't have enough professional. It's okay for Yops and I, but we're realistically just nobodies. I mean, I feel like, because I was saying the other day about totally different, but about relationships. I had a business coach, a life coach, in training. We have programs, we have dietitians. In a relationship, I just think I can do it,
Yeah.
and I'm hopeless at it, obviously. But I feel like, you don't, like, you maybe have 12 months. Fuck, isn't it enough motivation?
yeah, 100%.
Like, we all think we're going to live forever. I
Yeah.
know, but you say 100%, but I feel like you don't believe it. Like, you might have 12 months. Maybe, do you think, like, do you have a plan? Like, from now till December, do you have a plan in place in terms of diet and training?
No. I feel like the workout plan, whatever you guys are working on, that is what my workout is. I don't have, there's no method to my madness. Like, it's just turn up, and hopefully I'll find an answer. But I don't have a coach at the moment. Like, you guys are experienced enough that I think that can coach me to get to my fitness, to get to my goal fitness-wise, and hopefully change. The way I look at it, a healthier me is a healthier mindset for myself. But how I get there, you're right. I don't have a road there. I don't have a plan there. I don't have a coach there. It's just trying to figure it out on my own, pretty much.
Which is almost impossible,
Yeah, pretty much.
because you don't really have a food and nutrition plan.
No.
Just fly by the seat of your pants.
Look, pretty much.
It's
Like,
pretty
it's-
difficult.
It is like I don't have a nutritional education to educate myself enough to be like, okay, these are the right foods for you, for my body type. If that makes sense.
Definitely.
Does anyone else, and don't include me because I tell you a billion times, does anyone else tell you to your face that they believe in you?
Yeah, 100%. My partner.
So why don't you bust your ass?
I think it's It's not that I don't want to. It's not that I don't bust my ass when I come to the gym. I think it's the balance of being at home, being away, and being active and be reliable to my. Because if I fail my partner, I'm definitely not going to succeed here at the gym. And if I think I can succeed in losing some weight, I can improve my relationship. And me and my partner, we have a lot of banter, and we get deep. But there's also things that annoy the shit out of her, as any couple. Do you just annoy? I get on her nerves, and especially her being pregnant at the moment. I just don't want to be an extra burden for her as well. If that makes sense.
Does has it affected your relationship? Honestly?
I don't think it's affected. I think I've become a lot more lazy around the house, and it puts a toll on her. But in terms of us being rooted in our relationship, it hasn't. But I definitely know it has knocked her around a bit. Like, and that's the honest truth. Yeah.
What if we got her in here and we asked her some questions similar? Do you think she'd have the same answer, honestly, or do you think it would be different?
Oh, I think she'll nail me.
What would
Yeah.
she say? You're a lazy bastard? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the one thing that I know that gets on the nerves is the little things around the house. And that's like, there's no toilet. Like, we have a upstairs and downstairs. And the toilet paper and all our storage is downstairs. And I'll wait till the last roll before I go down, or she will go down. And
Is that because you can't make it upstairs?
Yeah. Is that because you pulled your back in the deadlifts earlier in the week? No. She's actually an amazing woman.
Yeah, she is. And she'll, like, she's too, like, she's really, really kind. And she's really caring. She has that nurturing sense about her. And she will, like, the banter that we have between us, for if any other person were here, it was like, oh, far, you guys are abusive. Like, you guys are, like, but that's just our banter.
Yeah.
It's between us. But, yeah, as Yob said, she's very kind. She will never, say a bad word about anybody, pretty much. Yeah. And I'm grateful for it. She keeps me rooted. I'm very lucky to have someone like her.
You are, mate.
How old are your kids?
So I have 3 kids. I have a 13-year-old. I have a soon-to-be 11, 2-year-old, and 1 on the way.
So do you think your 13-year-old is embarrassed about your size?
No, not really. She's a really kind, like, she's, I think she's more, because she's an active basketball player at school, and she's very intelligent. She's very academically smart. Like, she's, and she's very talented. But I don't think she's ever seen me as being, like, embarrassed of being a bigger dad. I don't, like, she's too kind. She's too nice. Like, yeah, she's really, I don't know how to say that word, but I think she sees just her dad. She doesn't see the size of her dad. She just sees me as her dad.
Do you feel embarrassed at times?
It's too hard to feel embarrassed when you feel proud of what they've become.
I know more of yourself,
Oh.
I'm saying. Sorry.
Yeah, sometimes. But I've been so comfortable in myself over the last couple of years that it's just normal to me. But I do feel embarrassed in terms of, like, I can take my shirt off at the pool in my DTs. Like, Yops has been there and I'll swim. I'm like, okay, like, it's just me. And like I said, those receptors have gone off of me of how I perceive my body. And I just don't, and I want to change that. Like, I want to see, I'm not happy with the way I look, but I'm not ashamed of it either. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not ashamed if you were to see me shirtless at a beach.
Is that because you're sort of more given up, though, than accepted it?
I wouldn't say given up. I'll just say, look, this is what I am now. It feels like I'm being evasive to the question, but I'm comfortable in my own skin to not care enough about those thoughts coming in to be like, oh, you're so ugly, oh, you're so fat.
I know I love the fact that you love your own skin, but I also kind of think that's half the problem, is almost going, I don't care, this is who I am, it doesn't matter.
100%.
I'll eat.
I know where I want to be. I know the body that I want to have. I just want to be, fit. I don't want these love handles. I've had these love handles forever. I don't want this, big legs and big ass and big titties that I've got at the moment. Like,
we love big titties, don't we?
like, you know what I mean? Like, I know where, if I were to slim down and look a lot better, a lot healthier, like, I would love to go to the shops and be like, "Ooh, that looks nice." Like, you know,
Yeah.
oh, fuck, I can fit those. But these, like, having like a sort of a fashion. I haven't bought new clothes in 3 or 4 years, and that's one of the reasons why I do want to change.
Yeah.
Like, I don't change my closet.
Mm.
Yeah, you know exactly how to get that body
Yeah.
or how to get it, and you know what to do. You know exactly what to do. Imagine if you had, say, a twin, you're, say, a Tino right there, and you're just looking at him do exactly what you're doing, and I know you too. You would motivate the heck out of that person.
100%.
What would you say to yourself? Like, what would you say in the mirror if you had that guy right there? You're looking at him, you know exactly what he's doing. You're the one that's texting him,
Yeah.
you know, and you're the one trying to motivate him. You're the one telling him that you believe in him. You're the one telling him, man, your kids are looking at you. You're that one. What would you say to that Tino?
I would say to him, you need to win the morning. And what I mean by that is you need to win. If you win from 9 to 10, you can win 10 to 11. I need you to win, because if you win the morning, you win for your kids, you win for your partner, you win for yourself. And I wish I had somebody tell me that winning. I'm so much used to, you know, being a loser in terms of my weight, in terms of how I look. But if someone was telling me, bro, you got this, you got to win the morning. And that's what I'm doing here. I think me winning this 4 a.m. bullshit to 6 a.m. is going to help me win the next part of life, the next hour in the day. Because, like, came back, what day did I come back and did my back?
Monday. It's
No.
only Saturday.
I come back.
When did we see him last? Was it January?
No, I seen you guys the week before High Rocks.
Oh, yeah. And then you went away for work.
Yeah, then I went for what? So when was High Rocks?
March. When was my third High Rocks? This is not about me, but let's talk about my third High Rocks. It was 2nd of March.
Yeah. And so I came back the last week of March. So I've had 3.5 weeks off.
Chucks.
I love Yups's question. Why can't you do it? Why can't you motivate yourself?
I'm doing it.
Are you really?
I'm doing it now.
So can you give us an idea? Where are we now, Yups? What date?
Like,
We are,
we're looking at me here in March.
yeah.
I want to have the same questions and same conversations, hopefully in December.
Let's go early. Let's go
Yeah,
July.
we're
Where are we in July?
We're going to talk to you.
In July. Where are we
Yeah.
in July for part 2?
So this is very early me,
Yes.
and this is where my mindset is at.
Yeah. Now
Like-
we're talking. Now let's write up some goals for Tino.
Exactly.
So we come back in July and Tino comes here. Do we need a bigger chair or a smaller one? Because that's a pretty big chair we had to get in for you. It's cost a fortune.
Yeah.
So where are we at kilo? How many kilograms are you now?
I'm 174.
So
Love
the
that.
194. So 174.
174. I started.
Mate, listen here, buddy.
Yes.
3 weeks ago, before you left, we got to 160.
Correct.
We did a great job, and I remember like,
Send me that. Hurry up. What's your? And you're doing so well.
It wasn't.
And now we're
Look
back.
at this.
Yeah.
but I mean,
Okay.
but we're being realistic.
But we're being
Okay.
realistic.
This is it.
Like, I know how to get there. We did it.
Good
But
on you.
It's pushing.
But you know how to get down, but you also know how to go back up.
Oh, 100%.
So this is the problem. The getting down the 160s. I was going to swear, but Yops's mum would be crying.
Yeah,
160
don't
is
do that.
phenomenal, and then we're back at 174.
I know. I started at 182 or 180. Yeah,
182.
182
And then
in
we got
January.
down.
In
And
January.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we got
we're-
down to 160.
we did a good. Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
just
you
before.
worked your ass off.
So we've
too.
lost
did.
8 kilos in 3 months, realistically only.
Pretty much. I've gained, yeah. What I lost, I gained, I know, almost 10 kilos back in those 3-4 weeks.
Okay, we're gonna get lighter. Man, man, I promise you, and I tell you this all the time, Tino. I tell you this all the time. Once you get to this spot, man, once you get this spot, you're gonna feel amazing. And I can't explain it. Hey, boss, I can't
You
explain.
can because you
Yeah.
came back from Nashville like a big tank.
yeah,
Big tank.
Yeah, right. And like I want you to have that same feeling.
Oh, 100.
And you've seen me and you telling me all the time too, you're like, far out, you're like going quicker. And I just want you to feel it. And I just can't wait for you. And because I know that when you feel it, you're gonna inspire so many people.
100%. I have felt that when I finished that finish line, when I did the Noosa try, the full try, bro, I've never had a feeling like that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I've never had a euphoria like that in a long time, where you've climbed the mountain, you've got to the peak, and your family's there to celebrate it.
Yeah.
Like, even though, there was some mishaps in the race where
Why don't you use that? Use that same feeling.
how do you not become tired of being in that mental space is the question that I want to ask you. How do you keep, like, I have a lot of questions for you guys because I don't have all the answers. I know all my problems.
Yeah.
I just want to ask Joe Blow, how do I keep that mental space alive? Like, going through 16 weeks of hell, getting to the pinnacle of the race, and like achieving that for yourself. Like, I got a participation certificate for it, and that's all it is. It's just achieving something that you thought you couldn't do. How do you maintain the right headspace to move on to the next one? Because you guys do it all the time. We've got a 15-time Ironman here. We've got a 4 times High Rocks champion, and for yourself, like, a world-renowned sevens player, High Rocks champion, CrossFit, what? You tell me, how do I train my mental to stay there? Because you get mentally fatigued after
Oh, big
16,
time.
after a big slog like that.
Yeah.
You're mentally fatigued. How do you have a break, and only just a break, and then come back and be like, okay, let's.
Boss actually has a great example because he went through it and he had a bit of a burnout. So, boss, explain to Tino how you've coped with this situation.
Joe.
Blow. Let's go, blow.
Mate, I can totally relate. I'm sort of cut from a similar cloth. When I always, and I don't know if this is for you, but I always need a goal. I'm hopeless if it, like, because I was doing, Iron Man.
Yeah.
No, but if I had an Iron Man, if I have a goal, and like we spoke about it, and Yops made a great analogy of it. I have to have a goal and good people around you. After I finished High Rocks, I was in the biggest hole. I just thought, what now? And I get the whole doing it for fitness and health and all that sort of thing. But someone said to me the other day, which was interesting, and I'll ask you guys, if you could have an amazing body like Brad Pitt in Fight Club, 6-pack and everything, and you didn't have to train, would you train? And I get that most people go, yeah, but it's about health and fitness. You know what? If I looked like that, I probably wouldn't train, which is shit. So I always have to have a goal. And once High Rocks had finished, I spent 2 weeks of just hardly training, doing a bit of this, bit of that. And I could see, you put on a bit of weight and everything like that. So I've always got to have something to aim for. And I like it to be a short period. It's like it's 12 weeks. Ironman used to be 16 weeks. And High Rocks is this 12-week program. Got to have good people around you, and you got to set a goal. And maybe you've got to enter something.
Good people enter something, and your why is your family. Your why was your family, remember? So you do stuff, so then you show up to the gym, you show up for your health, you're investing your time, your money to, eat the right food. You're investing this time in your body. So then you go home and you show up mentally fresh for your family.
Real, raw, unfiltered conversations with everyday legends who've got extraordinary stories to tell.